23 drivers are about to have their chance to make NASCAR's big dance. Here's the way you race your way into Stock Car Racing's All Star Night.
Before the All Stars hit the track tomorrow night, there are still a few more names to add to the list.
Fun night, fun night, fun night.
It's the show before the show. The Sprint Showdown starts now on Fox Sports 1.
Fun night, fun night, fun night, fun night.
Friday night and soon to be under the lights, it's the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Series Showdown. To make it into the Sprint All-Star race, if you didn't win a race in 2013 or 14, you are here. 23 drivers led by rookie Austin Dillon. The pole sitter at Daytona are set to try to race their way into one of 2 qualifying spots, and oh yes, 1 driver to be decided by the fan vote. It's an exciting night for these drivers.
Well, you know what? It's fun. Yeah. And that's what this whole weekend was supposed to be about from the very beginning. Come over here, enjoy yourself, have some fun. There's really not a lot of pressure except what we put on ourselves. There's no points. There's just money, prestige, and pride. And these guys will go hard for that.
2 20-lap segments. What do you do in between?
Yeah, that is the question. A lot has to do with how your car is driving, but I think that strategy will be all over the place. I think we may see some gamblers that stay out. I think 4 tires is the way to go, but just 2 right-side tires. But Jamie McMurray last year won this race.
Give me 2.
So what'll it take? Tires or track position? Strategy, stealth, or stand on the gas? We're about to find out. Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. When they made their pitch for the Hall of Fame, their slogan was "Racing was born here, racing belongs here." Now the Hall of Fame is here in uptown Charlotte. And just northeast of the city sits Concord, the home of Charlotte Motor Speedway, where we're ready to qualify the final drivers for tomorrow night's Sprint All-Star race. Let's go trackside for opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as the UNC Charlotte Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Remain standing as Elliot Yancey with Motor Racing Outreach offers tonight's invocation.
Let's pray. Father, we pause for just a moment amid the excitement of race weekend to honor you, recognize who you are and all that you have done for us. Lord, thank you for your grace and the unbelievable access to you that grace allows. Lord, thank you for the beautiful weather of the weekend. And Lord, thank you for those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice to serve our country and protect our freedom, both here and abroad. Lord, we ask for your safety for the drivers, crews, safety teams, and officials. Please protect our fans as they travel to and from the track. And Lord, we ask all of this in Jesus' name, amen.
Now here to perform God Bless America, please welcome the winner of the 2013 Speedway Superstar Talent Contest out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, Logan Hall.
God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean, wide with foam. And God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Let's hear it one more time for Logan Hall and her performance of God Bless America.
Ready to race in Charlotte in the Sprint Showdown. is on display. Not just drivers, crew chiefs, but pit crews. They're all but one based right within a brief radius of Charlotte Motor Speedway. They have friends and family in the grandstand. They want to put on a great show for their hometown crowds as well. And tonight, 2 drivers will transfer to the All-Star race plus the fan vote. Here's how it'll work. Segment 1, 20 laps, caution laps count. Then there'll be a competition yellow with an optional pit stop. What will you do? Then segment 2 is also 20 laps, but only the green flag laps count. Winner, runner-up, and the fan vote winner. Voting has just closed. That's who will transfer in. Let's go down to pit road. Matt Yoakum.
Well, Mike, the strategy for Kyle Larson. This young man continues to impress. His first All-Star weekend, and he starts third. He told me that he and crew chief Chris Heroy have talked things over. If the car is good, possibly only 2 tires at the halfway. If the car is not to his liking, look for 4. But then again, you've got Chris Heroy up on the box. There's always that chance for the audible. Steve Burns.
Well, Matt, Clint Boyer said earlier this afternoon it's time for this race team to start figuring some things out. He said they've been disappointing. Now, his crew chief, Brian Patty, said their strategy will be dictated by what some of the other teams decide to do. He also said it would be a shame that as fast as this race car is, that they're not racing tomorrow night.
Well, the winner of this race, Steve, will receive $50,000 plus at least $78,000 from tomorrow night's All-Star race. Pretty good payout, $128 grand for 40 laps. And each driver will go home with at least $25,000 all the way back through 23rd finishing position. Clint Boyer's 8 Sprint Cup wins are as many as the rest of the field combined. But who will take the checkered flag first? Let's get this party started at trackside.
Now for the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Co-Grand Marshals, Sprint customers, Michael Proctor, Nick McCormick, Brian Proctor, and Lisa Earnhardt.
Drivers, start your engines!
It's Super Speedway Friday night in Charlotte. 2 20-lap sprint races to fill out the All-Star race field next.
You're watching the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series on Fox.
And the field rolls as we get ready to fill the field for tomorrow night's Sprint All-Star race. Here's our Chevy starting grid. Rookie Austin Dillon, first driver to win the Showdown pole in his first start since Carl Edwards in 07. And A.J. Allmendinger, the 2008 winner, who also transferred 2 years ago to the big dance. Kyle Larson, first Showdown appearance for the rookie. Clint Boyer has never made it to the All-Star race when he's been in the Showdown. It's his 4th time. Marcus Ambrose, top 10 in all 3 Showdown starts. Paul Menard, 4th twice, including last year. Danica Patrick, 9th, transferred with a fan vote last year. Ricky Stenhouse, runner-up last year to transfer. Casey Mears, Coke 600 winner in 07. Eric Almirola, 2 7th place finishes in this. Cole Witt is a rookie in the Showdown, and J.J. Yaley expected to run the Showdown, the truck race, and the nationwide race in Iowa all this weekend. Alex Bowman in his first Showdown, and Dave Blaney in his 12th. David Gilliland 7th twice in this race. Josh Wise is in it for the 2nd time. Michael Annett is a Showdown rookie. Landon Castle finished 16th last year. Brian Truex, another Showdown rookie, and Reed Sorensen, who's in this race for the first time since 2010. Joe Nemechek, the 98 runner-up, and Blake Cook, his first appearance. David Stremme finished 3rd in the Showdown in 2009.
What do you say we talk to the pole setter and rookie contender, Austin Dillon, SDW. Have you got a copy there, my friend?
Sir, how's it going?
That's the question for you. Yeah, how's it going? Gil Martin and the boys gave you a pretty fast car there. Did he give you a car good enough to win tonight?
Tell you what, we worked on it hard during practice, and they turned it around for sure. The start position is going to help, and hopefully we can get through this first 20 laps and figure out what we're going to do as far as track position and be in the All-Star race on Saturday. That's what we're here for. So proud of the Dow Chevy team, and we'll just keep chugging along right here trying to win this thing.
Have you and Gil talked about your strategy for the break at the 20 laps? Have you thought about what you're going to do, or is that top secret?
Got a couple of ideas, but it's pretty top secret. Hopefully, it'll make it a lot easier for leading, I think, coming down and having that #1 pit stall. So it's a good thing that we qualified up front. It's going to give us an advantage.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a good night tonight, and hope you win this thing.
Sure.
Pole sitter Austin Dillon has chosen the outside lane for the start. Let's go down to his pit for tonight's Subway Fresh Take. Here's Matt Yoakum with Austin's crew chief Gil Martin.
And Gil atop the pit box now. History shows a good move with lane choice picking the outside, but how concerned are you with the temperatures continuing to drop? A lot more than what many people expected.
I tell you, man, I'm really proud of Austin and everybody on this Dow Chevrolet, because this afternoon the temperatures were really hot, the cars were really tight, so we did a lot to free the cars up, and then it's cooled down a lot more than I think that everybody anticipated this time of night. So there's going to be a lot of grip. Speeds are going to be a good bit faster than we probably thought they were going to be, so we'll see how it goes.
Good luck, Gil.
Thank you.
Mike?
Thanks, Matt. Now, Danica Patrick transferred with the All-Star fan vote last year, and that is no lock this year. She's got some strong competition for that, but here's what she had to say.
All right, guys. Good luck tonight. Let's have some fun. It's a quick hitter, so let's get after it and see what we got.
Info on that. Have some fun. Go get them. Just like last week. Be aggressive.
Copy.
She will roll off 7th. All right, as we come to 1 to go, let's find Jeff Hammond.
Well, Mike, I'm down here where a lot of the decisions are going to be made. We're talking about the tire situation. Everybody's been kind of like all over the board, including Larry Mack and all the guys up and down pit road. But what does it mean, folks? If you're leading this race and your car's working well, you'll probably opt to stay out because you want that track position. A lot of crew chiefs said fresh air and the cool racetrack tonight may play to our advantage. If you're third on back, look for them to come down, probably take 2 tires. Further back than that, you may decide to go for 4 because your car is terrible. The $50,000 question tonight that might lead to a $1 million answer on Saturday, well, in 20 laps, we'll kind of start figuring it out. Make the right decision, you're in the All-Star event. Make the wrong decision, you'll be mowing grass come Saturday afternoon, folks.
Wow. Now, there's a challenge. Could be a good day for grass mowing because the weather. We had a couple of sprinkles here between qualifying and the race. You see some dark clouds that have moved off to the north. 63 degrees right now with just a very light breeze.
But this absolutely puts a whole new meaning to go or go home.
Oh, yes.
No question.
Fortunately, it's not far to go home. Most of these teams based right around here. 20 laps, yellow flag and green flag laps both count. Then the halftime break. Optional pit stop, and that's the big question mark. Then 20 green flag laps to end it. Here's your sprint track description of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Built in 1960 at 1.5 miles with a 24-degree banking.
A lot of banking and a lot of speed. That's why we run 194 miles an hour around this track.
Incredibly fast. I talked about the fan vote. Polling has closed, and we learned of one gentleman who voted for his driver 84,000 times. And Danica Patrick was not his driver. We'll see how it turns out.
It's going to be interesting.
Getting set to start the sprint showdown. The pace car heads for pit road. The fans are excited, so are the drivers and their crews. Here we go for the first 20 laps of the sprint showdown. Green flag, A.J. Allmendinger to the inside, and Boyer gives Austin Dillon a push on the outside to the lead.
Yeah, Clint Boyer in that 15 was not going to let that 3-car get away. Looks like Clint's going to get a good run. Turns it down low off of turn 2.
A little worried about that 3-car starting on the outside. A little worried about the 3-car in general. But, man, you saw Clint Boyer looking to the inside there of Allmendinger going into 3. Getting after it early here.
Allmendinger will lead the first lap from the inside of the front row. Boyer second, Dillon third, Menard fourth, Larson fifth.
They struggle with that 3 car so much in practice. I was shocked that Austin Dillon was able to lay down a pole-winning lap. We'll see how that car stacks up in the race.
That's Stenhouse behind Menard. He got loose off 2. He's going to lose the spot to the 9 of Ambrose, with Almirola coming up the outside. Patrick in the middle and Mears on the bottom.
Watch that
big crowd
42
here.
car, Mike. That 42 car is on it. Kyle Larson, the guy that was really, really good in practice, trying to get around the 27 car here of Paul Menard. Oh, we got trouble. Marcus Ambrose is sliding. Save it.
Down. Let it roll.
Saved it.
Darrell, that took a lap to develop, and let me explain how. Off turn 2, Ricky Stenhouse got loose. He and Ambrose got a little bit into it. It carried all the way around here to start finish, with Stenhouse fighting for the bottom to get back under Ambrose, charging him into the corner, and then Ambrose spun.
That looked like one of those what do they call them, glider things when the cars, this thing is sliding, smoke flying out the drifter cars, the smoke coming out the back of it. That's one of the greatest saves you'll ever see right there.
There is Ambrose.
Watch this. This starts
boy.
here. We're in the middle of 1 and 2, Mike. He takes a shot from a 17 car. Who is that? He goes, look at Almirola. He goes by on the outside, his teammate. But watch how far this car goes, smoking those rear tires.
And this almost took out both of Richard Petty's cars.
I mean,
right
Almirola
there.
just squeezes through.
There was contact as he went by.
Slight contact, but I can't believe how well. I mean, Marcus Ambrose did an incredible job of saving this car.
Ambrose was 6th, and we'd have to go back more than a lap to see what got Stenhouse so frustrated.
Remember, these caution laps we're running now, and the first 20 laps, they will count.
Guys, I want you to look where, I can't get over where this starts. This starts in the beginning of turn 1. This car, look at him. He's driving the wheels off of it. Rear tires on fire, smoking. And he hangs on to it and keeps it out of the fence.
I mean, there's Cole Witt in the 26 coming straight at him. A lot of close calls there.
That's some incredible car control. I know he's out of control, but it's incredible car control.
Now here's on the front stretch, and Stenhouse, he's fighting for room. Ambrose got by him on the back stretch, a little bump there. He's going to muscle under and make a place for himself on the inside when they get down to turn 1.
Pretty aggressive driving right there, but that's what this race is all about. You got it going.
Back it down, Cole. Back it down. Just a match.
Remember I said earlier in the practice show, you don't let your buddies in tonight. Not tonight. Sorry.
How many times over the next 2 nights will we hear checkers or wreckers?
It's not about friends, buddies, or even teammates for that matter.
Nope.
And look, you could look at that and you could say, well, Stenhouse should have let him in, and Stenhouse should have done this, and Stenhouse should have done that. Hey, we're talking about a 20-lap race here. And we're talking about no points, just trying to make it to the All Star race.
And no one will remember who finishes 3rd.
No, sir. And you know what? Marcus Ambrose is the kind of driver, he understands that. He's an aggressive driver. He understands that.
But that was a great save.
Oh, my gosh. I'm blown away by that save.
All right, 1 to go this time. Now, A.J. Allmendinger had the inside on the start. Snatched the lead from Austin Dillon. Here's what he had to say.
Not a bad first couple of laps. No, it's stretching out real quick there is pretty good. Yeah, save gas while you can here. All these cautions under the first 20 is just going to help us if we do want to do anything at the halfway.
Well, Allmendinger's in a good spot because last year, the winner of the Showdown and the year before led every lap. Let's take a closer look at the race with Sprint. A.J. Allmendinger, fastest lap so far. 193 miles an hour. The Sprint Family Plan gives your friends and family your family. Unlimited text, talk, a gig of data for as low as $25 each a month on the Sprint network. Visit sprint.com/speed.
Mike, those opening laps, I saw some really aggressive driving. Certainly saw what Stenhouse and happened to Ambrose, but also saw Kyle Larson make a huge move down in turn 3 under the 27 car. They almost had contact. Very aggressive.
But you heard that conversation between A.J. Allmendinger and his crew chief Brian Burns. These cautions definitely will factor into their strategy.
All right, here's what Ricky Stenhouse had to say.
Heck, you barely got underneath me here in 3 and 4. I gave him the whole bottom.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. We're good shape here.
Ready for the restart. They'll complete 6 laps this time by 14 to the halfway break. Allmendinger gets away and Boyer doesn't go.
Boy, and neither did the 42 car of Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson has a huge problem. He has fallen back to the rear of the field.
He's fallen all the way back outside the top 15.
Larry, I guarantee he missed a gear. That's what happened to him.
Not sure what happened to Clint Boyer, but Paul Menard had to push Boyer the length of the straightaway. All right, Larson, top of the screen, is coming. He's back up to speed, trying to regain a lot of lost ground.
He missed a gear, and Clint Boyer spun his tires. That's why he didn't go.
Allmendinger out front. Boyer holds second. Menard and Stenhouse fighting for fourth behind Dillon. Then it's Almirola, Mears, and Patrick. Ambrose trying to come back up and join that top 8 or so. To do that, he's got to get past the 26 of Cole Whitt.
But yeah, Ambrose in that 9 has already cracked the top 10 up to 9th position. Casey Mears in the 13. Takes that spot away from Eric Almirola. That's 6th.
And here's Ambrose is going to join that front pack from 9th position. Matt?
Mike, the 42 of Kyle Larson has faded back to 11th. The issue on his Chevrolet, he has lost 3rd gear.
Yeah, I think he tore 3rd gear out of the car on that restart because he took off. When he went for 3rd gear, the car didn't go, and so he had to pull it back into high gear. That cost him a lot of spots on the track.
And Darrell, where that's going to kill him is on restarts. I mean, obviously he's in high gear once he gets up to speed, but restarts where that's going to be huge.
Could be bad. Bad news for him.
The car that's flying is Ambrose in the 9. He restarted 17th. He has come up to 9th. Now he challenges Patrick for 8th.
I think I know where he's headed. He's looking for his buddy.
Matt?
Mike, knowing they were going to be back in traffic, the car much more free. They made a significant track bar adjustment. Went down trying to tighten up that Ford, making his way back to the front now.
His teammate Almirola just ahead, and the car in his rearview mirror is about to be Kyle Larson. Larson coming hard around the outside of Patrick, moving up into 9th.
Yeah, Kyle Larson's his lap times, they're right up there with the leaders, but his Achilles heel will be the next restart that we have. We know we'll have at least one more.
But I say he takes 9th. Patrick's not going to give it up.
No, he got right down on the side of Danica there, kind of like he was trying to put a little side draft on her, and it caused his car to run up the racetrack. Larson lost a lot of time right there.
Back up front, Clint Boyer holding station behind Allmendinger, about 4/10 of a second. And then it's a full second back to Austin Dillon in 3rd. Remember, we'll have a competition caution coming 7 laps from when they cross the stripe here.
Right now, Allmendinger and Boyer, they're kind of ahead of everybody, but I like where the 3 car is, Larry. And I tell you why, that kid didn't know what he had when this race started. They made wholesale changes on that car. He got 1 qualifying lap, put it on the pole. I think he's probably pretty happy with that car right now. Boy, and here comes Ambrose.
He is on a mission.
He's on a mission. I like a driver on a mission. They get a lot done.
He is fired up.
I'd like to know what the 17 spotter is saying about that.
Yep, he is up to 7th. And behind them, Patrick continues to hold off Kyle Larson. Maybe this time he'll complete the pass.
Got it.
And does.
Got it that time. See what Clint Boyer's up to. We know Allmendinger, he's down on the bottom there. You can see that. He's right on that white line. Looks like Boyer is fading a little up in the middle there, maybe trying to diamond the corner, get a run off the turn, get some good momentum down the straightaway.
But overall, he is catching Allmendinger.
Yeah, I think that line is working, Mike. He's going in a little high, and then he's cutting it to the bottom and really getting a run down the hill.
Kyle Larson, 42.
Wow, he put the left front down on the flat, Darrell. That almost didn't end well.
Yeah, that apron will upset the car, but we got a great battle here for the lead. Boyer has found the high line, and it's working for him.
Allmendinger staying on the bottom, trying to hold it for 4 more laps to the competition caution for halftime.
He's going to make a great run right here. Watch this off of turn 2. Watch him. Here I come. Here I come. Give me some room. Give me some room. He's going to get a nice run down the back straightaway. Now to the inside.
Darrell, I think what Boyer has caught Allmendinger doing is charging the corner real high. Clint's been easing it in the corner, picking the throttle up, and that speed carries all the way down the straightaway.
But I really like what Boyer said. This car is so good, it would be a shame not to race tomorrow night. And he's really giving it all he's got right now. He's really good down here in 1 and 2. He gets a nice run off the top of 2. Really closes up fast on Allmendinger. I'm not sure he can make that pass on the bottom, though. He seems to have a better car around the top.
Well, he got an awfully good run.
Pits are closed as they come to 2 to go to the halftime break. Now remember, 2 drivers will transfer to the main event, the Sprint All-Star race tomorrow night.
He's got him this time, Larry. Mike, I guarantee he's going to get a nice big run right here. Unless Allmendinger closes the door on him, and he does. He slides up in front of him, takes the line away from Boyer.
Now Boyer's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack.
His car wasn't that good on the bottom earlier, and Allmendinger fights back, now drops behind.
Boyer's got him. Yep. That run off of 2 was too big that time, and Allmendinger couldn't close the door on him.
Final lap of segment 1. And Allmendinger wants to lead it, coming to the flag. Boy, he's way under Boyer.
He's fighting back, man. He's fighting back.
Tried to take the air off Clint Boyer's rear spoiler. That didn't work. He'll have one more chance at him right here.
Boyer just gets off turn 2 so good. Puts that little gap between he and Allmendinger, just enough to hold the lead, coming to the halfway.
So at 20 laps, it's
keep digging.
Clint Boyer, A.J. Allmendinger, Dillon 3rd, Menard 4th, Stenhouse 5th, Mears 6th, Ambrose 7th, 8th going to the rookie Larson, 9th to Patrick, and 10th to Almirola. All 23 cars finish the first half on the lead lap.
Yellow's out, brother. Yellow's out.
So it's halftime.
And now,
if you're one of those first 3 cars, what do you do?
I think you're going to have to come get at least right side tires. What I've been watching, Mike and Darrell, more than anything, lap times. The pace has slowed down over a second. And think about it. They only have 16 laps on their tires. They don't have the full 20. So I think we're going to see most of the drivers at the front come and get at least 2 right side tires. Now, who will be the gambler? Will it be Marcus Ambrose and Drew Blickensderfer in that 9 car sitting back there in 7th that tries to stay out and get that track position?
When A.J. Allmendinger won this race in 2008, he was involved in an accident in lap 8 and pitted. But at the end of segment 1, he stayed out when others pitted, and he led the final 20 laps to win it.
Yeah, the track had quite a bit more grip then than it has today, 4 or 5 years ago.
Boyer's car is good. It's handling good. I think he could get away with 2 tires. I think Allmendinger's car was going away a little bit. I think Boyer maybe could take 2 and try to maintain track position, but guess what? There's going to be a lot of people stay out.
Now the goal here is to advance to tomorrow night. So is finishing second as good as finishing first? And will that change the strategy?
Now pit road is still closed right now.
I would have to think that if you're Paul Menard on back, 4th on back, you're going to need 4 tires.
Yeah, you could see it in their lap times, Mike.
Yeah.
They were running 2 or 3 tenths slower than like Clint Boyer and A.J. Allmendinger and Austin Dillon.
But will 4 tires, the track position I lose, will that allow me to pass car? Will that give me the speed I need? At very best, I think you get back to where you were. So I really think the smart move is take 2 and try to maintain some kind of track position.
Now, wouldn't it be interesting if everybody from 11th on back would just stay out for track position and clog all the drivers with new tires far in the back?
Well, I was going to say that wouldn't be track position, that would be a roadblock.
No, but you know what? That's what you got to worry about.
Sure.
And that could very well happen. You know, I've been here. I know I'll be running 8th, 9th, 10th. I'd say if everybody comes, I'm staying out.
And some will.
And some will.
We think. With only 16 green flag laps on their tires and 20 green flag laps to go.
And Boyer is a sitting duck. Should he stay out, people will come in. Should he come in, some people may decide to stay out. But we're going to know. Here they come.
All right, pit road's open. Everybody's coming. Not quite everybody. Steve.
Well, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. says his car is just too tight, that 17 is. He says, I feel like I've got too much on that left rear tire. They're going to make a chassis adjustment to that number 17 car, and we'll see momentarily, matter of seconds, if they change 2 tires or 4 right side tires have been changed, and it is a 4-tire stop for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Matt.
But Boyer said it's going to be an amazing 600 next weekend. His car was a little tight in 3 and 4. They went 4 tires. A lot of great stops up and down pit road.
Austin Dillon shoots out first with 2 tires, and Paul Menard.
But that pit selection helped him a lot by sitting on the pole that last pit box leaving.
4 drivers stayed out. We'll tell you who after we hear from Don Bell at the Fox Sports 1 news desk. Now, initially, 4 cars stayed out and did not pit. David Stremme pitted last time by. J.J. Yaley and Reed Sorensen are now in. So that will leave Michael Annett, the rookie driver for Tommy Baldwin Racing, in front of the field without having stopped. And I'm not surprised. Tommy Baldwin used a big gamble to win the Daytona 500 as crew chief with Ward Burton some years back.
That's going to be hard on Paul Menard in that 27, Danica Patrick in that 10 that's right behind him on that inside line. I think you're going to really see the outside line move here, led by Austin Dillon in that 3.
Michael Annett started 17th. This is his first showdown as he moves up from the Nationwide Series with the Pilot Flying J sponsorship moving to TBR, Tommy Baldwin Racing, with this Chevrolet. His lap times were not quite up with the leaders during the first segment of this race, and now on tires that have 16 laps on them, he's going to be busy when this green flag drops.
The first driver to have 4 fresh tires is that 3rd car on the outside, the 3rd line, Clint Boyer in the white and blue number 15. 4 tires. Everyone else in front of him, aside from Michael Annett, 2 right side tires only.
I like that 3 car now. I tell you, Boyer's got 4 tires, but I like where the 3 is. He's going to get a jump here. He might be able to get away from these cats.
Pace cars in. Final segment, 20 green flag laps to decide the Sprint Showdown and transfer the first 2 finishers into the Sprint All Star race.
Annett spun the tires in the 7.
Going. That's the problem with staying out. You get hot tires, pick up a lot of debris. You get a lot of wheel spin like that. But boy, look at Allmendinger.
Woo! 3 wide, Ambrose on the outside, all the way to the wall, and he comes off the corner for it. Wow.
Yeah, Michael Annett in that 7 car just went down there and turned sideways in front of everybody.
But Mike, you said it earlier, Marcus Ambrose on that 9, he's still on the mission.
4-car breakaway at the front. Meanwhile, Stenhouse, Almirola trapped behind Annett. Now they break free to the outside.
Yeah, they're going to have to go to the outside to get around Annett because he's got the bottom plugged up.
The no-tire gamble doesn't work. Now it's Kyle Larson 3 wide. He gets out as Boyer comes after Allmendinger. Mr. 4 tires going for 2nd place. Remember, not just 1 but 2 drivers will transfer.
What did Boyer say in our practice show? Yeah, y'all go ahead and take 2, Mr. 2 tire.
And he meant what he said.
Meant what he said. You can laugh at me later.
Ambrose is coming. This is going to be a 4-car fight for the lead, and very quickly he inhales the 47 of Allmendinger.
And Marcus Ambrose in that 9, he and Drew Blickensderfer in his crew chief, they did change 4 tires as well.
Behind them, Patrick and Mears, then Almirola.
The 3 car just, I mean, he washed up the hill bad off turn 4. That really hurt him. Austin Dillon is doing everything he can right now to stay out front, but I'm afraid he may get out tired here.
And around
Here
the outside comes Boyer.
Hello. Goodbye.
But remember, even if Clint Boyer drives away, there's another transfer spot to settle. And Allmendinger is right to the back bumper of Dillon in turn 4.
Yeah, the 3-car of Austin Dillon. Yikes! I think they made contact. I believe that Allmendinger got into the back of the 3 just a little bit. Enough to move him.
This is the position that matters. 3 cars battle for the final transfer spot.
Darrell, it looked like Austin Dillon in the 3 last 2 times through 3 and 4. He cannot get off the corner at all.
He doesn't like 2 tires. His car is not happy right now. He's got to move up the hill. Here comes Marcus Ambrose to the bottom.
Whoa, loose. Ambrose off the corner.
Whoa, hang on to her, Marcus. You done been for one long slide.
But I think right now, Austin Dillon is A.J. Allmendinger's best friend. Keep racing that 9 car, but now Ambrose just drives away. Dillon fighting back.
Oh, something happened to Ambrose. Ambrose has got a problem or something happened to his car. I mean, he lost all his momentum.
And there comes Casey Mears in the 13 car. He's going to join this group.
I believe that 9 car turned sideways down in the middle of 1 and 2. It really, really cost him a lot of position, a lot of space here between the 47 and him.
14 laps to go, but remember, this battle for third place here is first loser. Only the top 2 advance. Ambrose has got to giddy up and get after Allmendinger and Boyer if he's going to transfer.
Ambrose just might have the car to do it. He is coming in a hurry.
Mears and Dillon side by side. This is for 4th.
Oh, yeah. Marcus Ambrose running a little bit quicker than the 2 guys in front of him.
And here comes Almirola in the 43. Almirola's made a nice charge. The problem is they are 3 seconds back of the lead and 2 seconds back of the final transfer spot right now.
Well, Clint Boyer said, look, we need to quit messing around. We need to figure out what's going on. We need this race team to perform better than it's been performing. Right now, she's performing to the max.
Right now, he is about a 10th quicker than A.J. Allmendinger, but that lap right there, Allmendinger was a 10th quicker than Ambrose in the 9.
Yeah, Ambrose is struggling off too, Larry. Every now and then the car just loses a lot of speed, almost like it gets sideways or something off turn 2.
And Dillon, our pole sitter, is backing up. The handle's gone away on the number 3. He's going to have to fight off rookie Kyle Larson if he's going to hold on to that 6th spot. He goes into the corner, Darrell, and that car just won't turn.
Needed 4 tires on that car. It just, you know, they didn't have a great car. They were able to win the pole, but they needed to put 4 tires on that car because it's not handling that well.
And now he's going to lose another spot to Kyle Larson in that 42. Remember, Kyle Larson does not have 3rd gear, which just absolutely just destroys him on restarts.
Yeah, and I think Austin Dillon said, look, you know, I'm not in the 1st, I'm not 2nd. No need in taking a chance here.
10 laps to go. And Ambrose is still stuck 2.2 seconds off the lead. Allmendinger has chewed a couple of tenths out of Boyer's lead in 2nd place, but Ambrose is no longer closing.
I think Marcus used up his stuff. I think Marcus Ambrose in 9 car just used up his stuff. He was driving so hard. That car was out of control sideways a number of times.
Where would he be if he'd not been turned by Ricky Stenhouse in the 1st half and had to come from the back?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of what-ifs in the field. Marcus Ambrose being one of them, and I think Kyle Larson is the other one in that 42.
We listened in to Marcus Ambrose, crew chief.
Out of way, bud. Out of way. Back in your rhythm now. Back into your rhythm. Go get that 47. Much better. Much better. Go get the 47, bud. You can do it.
2 seconds. That was Marcus's spotter, and the gap. Well, now it comes down a little, 1.8, and Allmendinger is closing on Boyer.
He really is.
It was a full second a lap ago. He's taken 2 tenths out of the 15's lead.
I think Allmendinger sees now that he's got a shot at getting up here and getting back by maybe Clint Boyer in the 15 car. He has made a lot of headway. He closed up a skosh on that lap, about a 10th.
And and then gives a little back, gains a little. Now there's the distance between them on Fox Tracks.
I think the biggest difference I see is Allmendinger is pouring that thing down in a turn. He's driving off into the third turn much harder than what Boyer is.
Charging the corner, as is his style.
And you can see, though, Boyer pull away on the exit, and that speed carries all the way down the straightaway. And I think that's what Clint Boyer found out that Allmendinger was doing in that first segment.
When you have a comfortable lead, Larry, you can do that so well. Back off a little early, let the car get a nice set, and then gas it wide open when you have a lead like that and nobody really pressuring you.
Ambrose is still 2 seconds back. Casey Mears closing as we come to 5 laps to go.
And remember, once you get in this position, a lot like Jeff Gordon was last week, you're protecting your lead. You're listening to your spotter. You know what the distance back to the next guy is. You just don't want to make any mistakes.
This is a couple of old acquaintances here, Marcus Ambrose and Casey Mears, if you remember a few weeks ago in Richmond.
Yeah, they battled and paid the price to the NASCAR Foundation. That's where the fine money goes.
But I think if it stays like it is, the 15 to 47, that's 2 cars that we need to keep an eye on tomorrow night, because they're going to have 40 laps of racing tonight to take over into tomorrow night.
A lot closer conditions than the Sprint All Star drivers had today in practice.
Here comes Mears, Chevy versus Ford against Ambrose. And Casey Mears moves to third.
Marcus didn't put up much of a fight tonight.
Car went all the way to the top.
Whoa, he's hanging on for dear life. That 9 car is out of control. It has been for a while.
And his teammate Eric Almirola closing in.
And what Casey Mears would love to see with 3 to go is we see this battle between Paul Menard and the 27, Danica Patrick and the 10, battle for 9th. Casey Mears would love to see a caution come out before that white flag. He gets one more shot then.
Only green flag laps count in this 20-lap finale. It'll be 2 to go next time by. Now, green-white checker if needed. 3 attempts per usual.
I think Boyer is, he just turned a really fast lap, a 28.6. That's fast for this point of this race. I think right now he says, okay, I got this thing in the bag. I'm going to run a few hot ones.
Watching the lap times, I think you're exactly right. I think for the last 8 or 9, 10 laps, he's run just as fast as he felt like he needed to. Saving a little bit in case we got a caution.
Exactly. Now he thinks he's home free. White flag in the air, 1 to go. Got it made.
Allmendinger crosses the stripe, now 2 seconds back. Mears 3.8 and Ambrose a little over 4 seconds behind.
Larry just ran a 28.74 that lap. Boyer did. That is fast. 20 laps into this race, run that kind of lap time. He's right about that car. She's ready for tomorrow night.
Final lap, final corner. Clint Boyer, 4th Showdown appearance, 1st win for the Charter.
Nice job, dude. Don't talk on the radio.
Another 28.78 that time by. That was some fast laps right at the end. Really fast.
It's the first time he will transfer to the All-Star race. It'll be his 6th All-Star appearance. And we know A.J. Allmendinger will make the All-Star race for the 3rd time after spending last year at Indianapolis rather than in Charlotte.
2 completely different strategies at that halfway point.
So they will go to the Sprint All-Star race, and one lucky driver is about to be informed that the fans have voted his or her car to join them all in the big race tomorrow night.
Josh Wise, it's DW Fox Sports here, buddy. Fox Sports 1, you got a copy?
I do.
Buddy, you finished 18th tonight, but I got some, that's the bad news. I got some good news for you, though. You want some good news?
Yeah, you bet.
Your friends with Dogecoins have voted you in to the Sprint All-Star race for tomorrow night, my friend. You're in the race tomorrow night. You won the fan vote.
We're random, Josh. We're random. Straight ahead.
Man, that's unreal. I can't believe that. That's amazing. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. Everyone who's watching, thank you.
Congratulations, buddy. Yeah, what a program you and Phil Parsons have put together. You've been driving the wheels off that 98 car, and you've got something going with Dogecoins. Good luck tomorrow night, man. You deserve it, and we're looking forward to see what you can do tomorrow night.
Thanks a lot. We've got to get this thing tuned up for tomorrow, have a little bit of showing. But, man, thanks so much, everyone at Reddit, Dogecoin. Unbelievable.
Well, congratulations, Josh. Clint Boyer is the winner of the Sprint Showdown. A.J. Allmendinger advances to the Sprint All Star race tomorrow night. And Josh Wise is the Sprint All Star fan vote winner. We'll be right back. That was exciting. Clint Boyer and A.J. Allmendinger transfer to the Sprint All-Star race. Josh Wise wins the fan vote. And the right call at halftime was 4 tires. Matt Yoakum with the winner.
In case you have a Clint Boyer, I know everyone's having babies. So was there any debate about the 4 tires?
Hell, I don't know. I was like, I guess that's the right deal, and everybody took, a couple of those guys took 2. I mean, our car was really strong. I was, we've had a struggling year. I mean, we've been fast in practice and can't close the deal in a race. Really frustrated last week at Kansas, and spent a lot of time at the shop with Brian this week, and we really talked about a lot of things, and I feel like we got to the bottom of a lot of our problems. Mick came here with a little bit different setup than we've been running on these 1.5 miles, and huge improvement. The car was, more than I'm excited about all this. I'm really more excited about the way our car handled. We finally was good, not only in practice but through a run and everything. I want to thank, Charter for coming on board for this, Sprint for having this event anyway. I mean, there's not too many sporting events in the world that pay $1 million to win, and it's nice to have a shot at it tomorrow night.
At one point you said it's going to be an awesome 600, meaning next weekend 600 mile. But what about tomorrow night? This track time and the cooler temperatures has to be an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I always said if you could race your way into the All-Star race, doing it this way, it's just an extra night of practice that we don't have, for the All-Star race or any of these night races. When you can have laps on the racetrack as it cools down and we go into the nighttime, I mean, these tracks change a big deal. So hopefully, hopefully it means something for tomorrow night.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Steve.
With A.J. Allmendinger, who for the 3rd time races his way into the Sprint All-Star race. Your thoughts?
I'm just really proud of everybody on my 47 race team. We've really struggled on these 1.5 mile racetracks so far this year. And, the guys, Brian Burns and my crew chief and Tony Palmer, my engineer, and everybody back at the shop went to work to try to figure out what we could do to test some things here. And we're not quite where we want to be yet, but I feel like we're definitely making the car better. But to get Tad Geschichter and Jody Geschichter and Brad Doherty in this race, they deserve it. And all the sponsors that we have on this race team, I'm proud of them. And thanks to Sprint for putting this show on.
And now you have an opportunity to race for $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. It's going to be a tough road coming from tonight to tomorrow and try to make the car better. I definitely got to get it better to have a chance to win. But this is just a tough little team that keeps fighting, and we keep getting better. So it's a big family. I love these guys, and just proud to, more importantly, get my team into the race and show that they're all-stars. So they deserve it, and we'll have some fun tomorrow night.
All right, man. Good luck. Congratulations. Mike Joy?
Thanks, Steve. Well, 3 drivers have transferred from the Showdown and won the Sprint All-Star race. Dreams can come true here in Charlotte.